Good morning, everybody. I'm Chad from the red half of Sheffield. And today we're going to do, you know what, kids? We're going to do what we do every Saturday around this time. We're going to do another watch along. This time the Mighty Blades take on the Hatters of Luton Town. And of course, I only did it by myself one other time. I'm joined by none other than himself because Noah's at Bramall Lane today. I'm joined by Mr. Cap Casa. Robert, how are you this morning?
Hello. I'm all bundled up in solidarity for the folks at Bramall Lane. You know, all that snow that was received in the last day or two. So I was like, you know what? Let me get the scarf even tighter this morning. Now, at some point, I will get too warm and I'll have to take it off. But for now, it's a nice look. You know, you got the little horizontal stripe here, clashing with the vertical stripe. Everybody's having a great time.
Yeah, people are tripping out on the other end of the watching the watch along. But yeah, it is a chilly one. Rumors were there was a boatload of snow that fell in the last 48 to 72 hours around the Sheffield area. Kudos goes out to all of the groundskeeping staff around Bramall Lane. As we're watching it right now, SUTV build up to the match. The pitch looks like a normal day. It could be 75 degrees Fahrenheit out, and you couldn't even tell. But yeah, outside the ground, they cleaned up the walkways and the parking lots from everything I saw online. So, unfortunately, there's a bunch of people that probably aren't going to make it to today's game. I would expect it to be maybe a thinner crowd because, like I alluded to, a bunch of people have just snowed in and they don't have any, way to get out. Because honestly, I'm not a UK weather expert, but I don't really think that the UK is used to getting that much snow in that area. It's kind of like down here in North Carolina. If it snows an inch or two, everybody freaks out and everything's closed down for like 5 days because we just can't handle it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, kudos goes out to everybody involved getting, everything cleared out and to have a match on today. Robert, should we get into the Reading game? Do you want to briefly touch on that, and then we'll unveil the lineup? I'm sure everybody that is watching now has probably seen the lineup and whatnot. But let's recap the Reading game and give our thoughts if people haven't listened to the pod. Your thoughts on the Reading?
No, Reading game, obviously a 1-0 win. So Blades back on the right track there with getting the 3 points. And that was a big 3 points too. Everybody knows that was the game in hand. So the whole discussion the last month or so about, we've got a game in hand on Middlesbrough. It's always scary. Like, are you actually going to get the 3 points from that? Because I'd almost rather have that game played and know what my result is ahead of time. But hey, we did all right. We got the 3 points. So, as the table stands, it is 7 points, like no games in hand whatsoever between us and Middlesbrough. We play Luton today, who are only, I think, 10 points behind us. So another 3 points back there. And Middlesbrough today play Swansea. So, interesting stuff. But, as far as the performance at Reading, the win, the result was the key. The performance, I think folks still agree that we're not quite to our top level yet. It's good to get that positive result, but there are still some players who are underperforming and need to find that higher level, that quicker gear, that faster pace that we've been going at earlier in the season in the middle when we were on, our amazing run before the World Cup break. So we know we can do it. It's just a matter of flipping that switch and getting the mentality going. And I talked a lot about mentality on the podcast, so I won't rehash too much. But that's what I think it is. It's just a mental tiredness. And coming in today, we got to be switched on. Luton's a good team. They're going to give us a tough match. They don't allow a lot of goals, and we don't allow a lot of goals. So it could be a very, very cagey affair. Little preview of the score prediction today. So, but yeah, your thoughts on Reading, though?
Boring, really, really boring. like watching paint dry. And then we did pull the goal out of kind of really nothing. You know, what would have, you know, it definitely helped with the Blades getting the day off leading into that game.
Yep.
So they looked much sprier, but as much as we had the ball, I figured Reading would just go about and have a chance off the counter attack and score like Blackburn did, and not really do anything else to trouble us. But we got the odd goal, took the 3 points, as you mentioned, 7 points. We're now level on 35 games with Middlesbrough. We're gonna have a game in hand next weekend because they're gonna play, and we're gonna play in the cup.
Don't let's not go back to that situation. Jeez.
So yes,
Like
they're gonna
another
have a
game in
game in
hand.
hand.
Well,
Yes, we're gonna have to make up the West Bromwich game. But yeah, I mean, we can say what we wanted. At the end of the day, a win's a win. It's 3 points. As albeit it wasn't the best performance, but like you said, hopefully we're starting to round in a bit of form now, and we're almost at the end of this, tough part of our schedule.
mm-hmm.
I think we have Luton today, and then we got Blackburn in the cup next week, and then we have an international break, and then we have Norwich, I believe, after that, coming out of the international break. So, if we can almost get to that international break, we all know that we're horrible coming out of the international break. So expect us not to do anything against Norwich. So I don't know. I just we shift our focus today to Luton Town, a game that in the reverse fixture they showed it in SUTV, the highlights building up to the game, the 1-1 draw where, as in good Nick said, the revelation of Ollie McBurney, showing the Ollie McBurney of old. That was kind of what kickstarted his campaign when he got the goal against Luton, and all the fans come streaming onto the pitch. But yeah, I mean, we might as well get into the lineup while we are starting to chat about it. And it's honestly, when I went to type in the lineup, it was the exact same lineup from a weekend ago against Blackburn. It was exactly the same.
We have to switch Anel, I think.
Anel was the only one from Basham. But other than that, I mean, Anel probably would have played last weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody else is starting. 10 out of the 11 players from a week ago. But obviously, we had some rest and rotation from the midweek game. But your thoughts on the lineup in this game against Luton? As Chat Row, we forgot to say hello to Chat Row as well. Good morning, guys.
I keep seeing that. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Put your, as we always do, as we always allude to in this part of it, gives your score predictions. We'll say hello to the normal people and everybody in Chat Row. Score predictions. What do you think is going to happen? So, Robert, what are your thoughts on the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong, solid lineup. Like we've said, I think the only questionable positions for a lot of people going into the match were potentially the wingbacks, because Max Lowe, Jaden Bogle have been a little underperforming. They've been on that list of folks who need to step it up this match. So obviously Max Lowe doesn't have a ready-made replacement who's healthy right now. Enda Stevens and Reece Norton-Davies still both coming back from injuries. And Ben Osborne, I just think the Swiss Army man needs to be coming off the bench for whichever position he has to slot into. So I wouldn't have started Ben Osborne. On the other side, Baldock, a lot of folks on Twitter I saw calling for a George Baldock start. Now I did, if you listen to, I think it was Blades Pod, I want to give the right credit here. They were talking about Luton's stats and how they play very compact. And so there's going to be a lot of space on the wings. And so if Jaden Bogle can use that space wisely, make those runs and get the ball crossed in, then maybe it is a good match for him to start. But we know that Baldock can make those types of runs as well. Just the results on the far end are a little bit more, I have to pass it off to someone to get that cross in, versus Bogle can make the cross and kind of dribble inside, do a 1-2. So we'll see. I think Bogle will do well out there. The other question mark coming in was John Fleck. Was it going to be Fleck? Was it going to be McAtee, Doyle? You've got so many options there on that left center midfield role. You're not going to take out Norwood, even if he's underperforming. You're not going to take out Berga, even if a lot of folks want him to be not in the side because of underperformances. But Heckingbottom seems to have him in there for the full 90 minutes regardless. So, and honestly, Sander stepped it up on Tuesday against Reading. So it was really that John Fleck position. And honestly, Fleck's been doing well. I think giving him the start here lets you react to what happens in the match, because Fleck's a pretty neutral player. He can be involved in the attack, but he's pretty solid defensively. He's not as creative as Doyle, and he's not going to make as many runs and dribbles as McAtee. So depending on which way the match goes, that allows you one spot that you can sub out in the second half, first 10, 20 minutes in that window, and really affect the game and change it if you need to. Go get a goal, sit back a bit more, whatever. So honestly, I think it's a really good, strong starting 11 from Heckingbottom today for all of those reasons. And, getting the right folks firing, I think will be great. Getting a nail back in the side is going to be awesome. I'm super excited to have him back. But yeah, I've talked a lot. What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, I'm in agreement with you. I put a bunch of comments from chat row up. I will agree with Dublin Blade and Nell, Tommy Doyle, and probably Baldock should be starting today. But I mean, I don't know. Hecky knows more than we do. Bogle hasn't been. He's kind of reached. He's not had the best last few games. So I think we might have needed a swap. Possibly that could be how it goes. Squad rotation, because we have another game midweek against Sunderland. Max Lowe, I agree with Paul too. Lowe hasn't been great all seasons. He's gone in spurts. Obviously, like Scott says, clearly Johnny Fleck, Jimmy, Johnny, Judy, Jerry, Jimmy, John Fleck has some kind of dirt on Hecky to put him in the side. I just don't understand why one of the Man City boys aren't in the team. But like I said, we don't watch training. We don't really know what's going on in the team. There maybe Fleck's doing something that could lead to him playing for 60 minutes, or 65 minutes, and then us making a change and bringing on the youngsters, and maybe them changing the team. But I mean, surely Norwood's not coming out of this game to be subbed off. Fleck probably will for either Doyle or McAtee. As you alluded to, Osborne he's not in the side today. Is that correct?
Oh,
did I miss him on the team sheet?
No, he is not. So
yeah, so Osborne's not in there because I thought I had it right. So
yeah, they opted for Basham and Clark instead of Osborne.
Yeah, so Kieran, I never play a game for Blades, but I'll be on loan Clark. So it's almost like you could see Baldock coming in for Bogle, Doyle or McAtee, either one of them coming in for Fleck. Maybe Sandy Barge gets subbed out. Chat row's blowing up with Osborne's injured right now from Dublin Blade and Scott.
I think I knew
Paul
that.
says he has a hamstring issue.
It's because it happened in practice. That's why I didn't. It wasn't in my mind, because it wasn't during a match. So
that Shirecliff bites again.
And it was right as he was increasing his performances, and then nope, you can't play.
And that was going to be a big thing. Today. I was going to use. It was, I don't really have. Hold on, I got to reach over here. I'm knocking on wood. We didn't have any major injuries, but there you go. Pipped us again. So, I mean, a solid side for Blades. Surely we're playing at Bramall Lane. We should probably, there's going to be goals in this. And, I'll allude to, while we're talking about the game, we'll put the Luton side up there. I mean, you got to look at the you got Morris and Adebayo, they're two strikers up front. You'd like to think they're going to be looking for goals. I mean, it's just Luton is just a rough and tumble team, and they don't play the best type of football, and we saw that at Kenilworth Road when James McAtee played, and he was god awful, and he couldn't pass his way out of a paper bag, and he looked like he was rattled.
Yeah,
but obviously we're at Bramall Lane, nothing better than the friendly confines of home. But I don't know, Luton's always one of those you circle on the fixture list and be like, this is gonna be a tough one. They're hanging around. They're hanging around, and if the chips fall in their favor towards the end of the season, if we go up and Burnley go up, Luton could be joining us. You never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
The playoff race, and I'll be cautious here. We're not technically out of the playoff race. We have not secured that second automatic promotion spot, and technically neither have Burnley. But that the playoff teams that you're seeing there, I could see anybody winning that. From the current crop that's in and around the playoffs. So it's going to be really interesting to see who the three teams that are promoted end up being. If it's, recent Premier League sides like Burnley, we've been up there recently. Maybe it's Watford with Wilder at the helm, turns it around.
Yeah.
Or Norwich is still kind of in the mix there. Or is it somebody new who hasn't been up there in a while, like Middlesbrough? Blackburn just lost last night, so that's a hit for them. But Luton's also there, and now you could say their size of the club and the finances, they would be probably record breaking, like lowest spend and lowest total finances in the Prem. But that could be like life changing for a club like theirs, and who knows if it would last multiple seasons or not. But that's kind of part of the allure of the championship and getting promoted is seeing like these various teams from, I'll say, all walks of life, any size club can make it to the Premier League in that bottom level. And you may not stay there very long. It may be a one and done. You go right back down. But it's just really fun. And that's what we miss in American sports about promotion, relegation. And one of the parts that I love about watching English football and honestly football across Europe and the rest of the world is that promotion and relegation, the threat of like, if you don't perform, you're going to go down. And if you do perform, you can kind of build your way up, right? It's the American dream. And it's ironic that all of our sports are franchises and, set number of teams, unless we expand and add one or two like brand new teams who have to draft from the rest of the other teams to build a squad out. So,
and, Luton are a side that before Bournemouth went up, I compare them to Bournemouth because I think Kenilworth Road holds like 10,500 people or 11,000 people. So not a big ground. Bournemouth came all the way up from League Two all the way to the Prem with Eddie Howe. Now, since being in the Prem for a little while, banking all that money, they've turned into they're propping up the table at the current moment. No, they just got a result against Liverpool this morning, so they're not propping up the table. But, they've turned into a club that is sustainable in the first and second division. So, if they were to get relegated this year, it wouldn't be such a financial hit on them. But, they're almost a club the same size as Luton to compare to, how big it would be if Luton did go up this year, which would be absolutely crazy. But hopefully we can get the better of them today and take all 3 points and head back to Bramall Lane. We're at Bramall Lane as the ground is filling up. We're about 11 minutes away from kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen score predictions in chat row. Chat row, come on, put your score predictions. We're less than 10 minutes to go. You guys are usually firing off 5, 6, 7-0 Blades. Scott's in the chat. I know he's going to say 3-1 Luton today because me and him have had a couple of conversations over the week or over this past week. But give us your score predictions, and I guess while we're talking about them, we must do them now. So Roberto, bless me with your score prediction.
I see this one being cagey. It's going to be won by 1 goal. And I'm going to stay positive and say that a home goal from Ollie McBurney, assist from Ndai, reverse of the weekend. They're just going to start feeding off of each other again, and it's going to be great. So 1-0 Blades is the score prediction from myself.
I should just go outlandishly like 5-0.
Do it. Do it.
I just can't see us scoring that many goals. I could see. I mean, there is a lot of John S. 2-0, Dublin Blade 2-0, Chris 1-0, Paul. Wow, there's a lot of goals in that one. 4-2 United. That's just 1-0 us.
The pessimist is still 3 points. Let's
yeah, exactly.
Know that. It's just less goals.
Good. Scott's score predictions right here. Okay. Simon's got us 1-1. So, I mean, I don't know. We're kind of split decision. I almost, I want to agree with you and go 1-0, but I don't like parity. And I don't want to go a draw as much as my head says this game's a draw. So I'll go 2-1 Blades, just so that Noah gets a win in Bramall Lane today. Yeah. But it could go either way. We're gonna struggle to break them down, and they're gonna be defensively sound. I would like to see, with Anel back in the side, we're probably going to shore up that defense. And it's not as much of a liability with Bash as when we had Bash in there, opposed to Anel. We're a little bit more solidified back there. But I mean, it seems like we never keep clean sheets unless it's in the cup. Oh, here's a massive one from Wayne. 4-0. 4-0. I love that one. I mean, that would be. Clearly, I want something better than last week because I was not into that one. As bad as United played, I just I had the life sucked out of me over 90 minutes, and it just kind of ruined the weekend. It was like, man, this game sucks. So hopefully we get a better result and a better performance from the Blades. And, let's take 3 points and hopefully Borough slip up against Swansea. And we can get it to double digits because I think if we get it to double digits, I mean, it's almost, I don't want to say almost in the bag, but it makes it start to get borderline insurmountable to Middlesbrough because it's like.
You just do the quick math, right? It would be 10 games left. It would be a 10-point gap. So Borough over the last 10 games would have to get a 1 point more per game than us. Yeah. And so far this season, I know at one point we were averaging 2 points a game. I think we might be a little bit below that right now. Mm-hmm. But what's better than 2 points a game? It's 3 points a game, and that's winning every game. And I don't think Borough can do that. So realistically, I think that, yes, if they lost this game, we win this game, that's a gap that I am comfortable with. Still not, going to say we have locked it up because anybody's form can just go in an instant. But that for me is it would be a huge result today at this point in the season.
No, I mean you're not wrong. If we get it to 10, well, even if it gets 7, or if it stays at 7,
right.
But the whole thing is teams in this league, as you alluded to, Middlesbrough probably, safe to say, at least 80% chance that they're not going to finish the rest of the season completely unbeaten with what do we have, 11 games left to go. They're not going to go 100% record over 11 games. There's just no way. There's too many variables. I believe they still have Burnley to play. So, it's very hard for me to see them going 11-0. So they're going to drop points at some point. It's just how we respond to that. If we can jump on the 3 points, maybe we can balloon this lead back to where it was around Christmas time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that would be awesome if we can get to, I think 13 points or 14 maybe was the highest that we had it at. Again, multiple teams at different games played and all that jazz at that point, but still that would be awesome. Now Dublin Blade, two important comments here from Dublin Blade. One, is there a Noah jinx? But he's at the game this time. Last time he couldn't make it up to Sheffield. So maybe there is only a red half of Sheffield lad in England, but not in
Yeah.
the appropriate city watching the match. So we'll see on that one to come today. But then also give the stream a like, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have any Facebook likes. That's the
Yeah.
easiest one that we
What
can
are you
see on here.
slackers?
I will do the hard work and pull up YouTube right now on my phone to
Slackers.
see how many likes we have.
I figured
And
Scott at least would give us a like. God, on YouTube. I don't know how many.
Is it double digits? I haven't seen it yet. Is it double digits, Chad?
I haven't seen anything.
No. So I'm telling you, before I reveal it, I've got it covered right now.
I'd say 7. I'm gonna go with 7.
Okay. The longer I wait, the more chance everybody has. It's 19. There we
19.
go.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Hold on.
That is not bad.
20. There we go.
Jumping right up. Look at they're hitting the like button. Hit the like button before we get going. Any late arrivals, drop your score predictions and there we'll post them up. Before the match does get underway, want to remind you, subscribe to the Chef United Way if you haven't done so. I don't know why you're watching the stream and you haven't subscribed. Great content from Nick and Hal and Ollie. Listen to mine, Noah's, and Robert will be filling in for the next few podcasts, hopefully with a win, because we've seemed to shake in that jinx.
Yeah.
That losing jinx with Robert joining the show. Red Half of Sheffield, subscribe to us on Facebook, Twitter. We even have a YouTube channel that I post pre-match videos with the opposition, although Sunderland people are being weird and they don't want to do it, so we're not going to have one for Sunderland. But I don't know why they're being weird about it, but, follow our YouTube channel. It's brand new. I think we've posted 5 or 6 videos on there. Just look up the Red Half of Sheffield. Our podcast is on Twitter, Red Sheffield. You can follow us. Our Twitter, whatever's under our names. I don't know what they're. Yeah, Twitter's. Yeah, they're under there. Yeah, handles.
I don't know. That's what I always call it. Your handle, but like
Twitter names, I guess.
Vroom,
Twitter
vroom.
handles.
I'm on a motorcycle. Metaphorical motorcycle.
Yes, it does look like a pretty full Bramwell Lane.
Kudos to everybody who is able to make it. Obviously, we know of a few Blade supporters who weren't going to be able to make it because of the snow driving in and whatnot. But kudos to everybody who did make it out there. That's why I've got the scarf on in solidarity today. My house is not cold enough to need a scarf. I did already unwrap it I predicted. But speaking of predictions, a few more there, William, and Blade Sam giving us some Blades wins as predictions. So that's good to see.
Here come, it looks like they are about to, and as I speak, the teams are walking out right now as there's a brawl. It seems to be a brawl. Just kidding.
I'm like 2 seconds behind you. I'm like, what? Brawl where?
There's a brawl in the tunnel. There's a brawl in the tunnel. They're brawling around. I did not think this many people would come to Bramwell Lane because, up until the last minute, it seemed to be, everything on the pitch was going to be fine, but the surrounding areas leading into Bramwell Lane in and around the Sheffield area kind of were in question, but they gave it the go ahead. And the mighty Blades in their red and white stripes out on the pitch. Luton Town out there. The flag wavers are all going to the center circle to do what? Are we going to have a moment of silence?
I think we did a little picture beforehand after the.
Well, I thought they were gathering at the center circle. Now they're all walking off. So, in a few short minutes, we will be underway. So, I'm going to take this down. Yeah. Go ahead, Robert.
Any last score predictions, folks? Get them in. John Richardson has a 2-1 prediction today, or at least a hope today for the Blades. But yeah, no Doyle, no McAtee. John Fleck, who's on the screen for me right now, starting in the midfield for the Blades. If you miss the lineup, it's a pretty standard lineup. You throw an L back on there, keep Bogle and Lowe as the wing backs, Fleck, Norwood, and Berga in the midfield, and then Ndai McBurney up top. Traditional back three, Robinson, Egan, and a Nell, and then Wes in goal. So there you go. That's the lineup for everybody. A few more predictions. Brett has got the 4-1 to the Blades, and Jim, of course, Mr. Jim Phipps, 3-1 Blades. Let's go. That's what we want to see. I don't mind, again, when we played Luton in the reverse fixture, there's an American keeper in goal. There's been a couple Americans in goal that we've played this season. I don't care if we put goals past them. It's not World Cup time.
Just ram them by him. Just give him like 6 or 7 past him.
Yep.
Break his spirit and will, and we should be able to do that. As pre-match huddles are taking place, I guess you could say. And we are going to be underway shortly. Ollie McBurney being shown on the screen. I don't really know what we're doing right now. Luton are lined up on the center circle, and now they break. So Luton are going to get us underway. It looks like Adebayo. I don't know where I put the J at, where that J came from. Adebayo standing over the ball. Oh, no, it's Panzu over the ball. And Luton are going to get us underway, and we are underway. Luton going left to right as SUTV has a weird scoreboard up there. You can barely read the Luton Town name.
Yeah, it's a blue with black letters, and it's a pretty dark blue. So
yeah. Blades on the ball, Skilliman and Dye on the left-hand side here. He's being selfish and not passing the ball, and he gets it over to Mr. Ami Hodzic, who works it to Jaden Bogle down the right-hand side. Into Sandra Barge. Sandra Barge back to Bogle, and of course he loses the ball like always. And Sandra fouled him, but they didn't give it. The ball comes back in, but it is headed away by Luton, but only to Jimmy Johnny Judy Fleck. And Max Lowe kicks it back, but JLT looks like a footballer out of the 1900s, what he's wearing. Looks like he's got his shorts extra high today, doesn't it? No, never mind. He untucked his shirt. He had his shirt tucked in, I think.
Yeah, that's what it is. The shirt's just riding a little long today on everybody.
Blades working the ball back. JLT lumps it forward, looking for Max Lowe, and it goes over everybody out for a Luton Town throw-in in their half, as Blades have had a bit of possession to start this one.
Yeah. Luton getting the ball up quick, although I think there'd be more clearances, but that is what they are known for. They're not going to have a lot of possession, but they're going to be pretty clinical when they do have the ball. So expect to see the ball switching hands a lot unless we can find a way to settle into this one.
Yeah. Luton come down the left-hand side, and it falls to Nakamba on the ball right now on the left-hand side. Bell's on it now. He works it inside back to Nakamba. Luton being quick on the ball now. He's got his back turned to me, so I don't know who that is. And they look for Adebayo, and it looked to hit his hand, and he might have been offside. But Luton retained possession, working down the left-hand side. Now they work the ball in over to Osho on the ball now. And that pass is cut out by Maximum Low, and it is back to the halfway line. Osho on the ball now, and he's back to Lockyer. Lockyer back to Horvath and goal. They're going to work it up the left-hand side to Bell. Bell up to Panzu. Panzu on the ball. Panzu. He gets rid of it. The ball falls to Blades, but it's given back to Lockyer, and he lumps it forward, looking for Carlton Morris. And Morris loses the ball, and then I believe Jaden Bogle comes crashing through the back of somebody.
Yeah, calling a free kick there. It looked like, was that Ndai who kind of won the ball?
They gave it away cheaply. Luton did, and then
and Dye had a pretty good pass there to McBurney. It was just a little too heavy. I think McBurney, if he was already running, could have got on that, but it was kind of coming from a standstill defensive position posture, and pretty decent not letting Luton Town get into any dangerous positions so far. Forcing them to pass all the way back to the keeper a couple times, and pretty good start from the Blades as well.
Blades get a throw in inside the Luton half. Luton are not really, aside from the beginning, not really having much possession. Blades working on the left-hand side here. JLT with his long throw. It hits McBurney, falls to his feet, and he loses out possession. Comes up just a bit limp. Ali Norwood cuts the ball out, but it falls back to Onyedinma. Great name. Onyedinma gets past Jaden Bogle. Jaden Bogle trying to track him down, cannot get the ball. And Luton Town work it down the right-hand side to Drama. He's drama. His life is full of drama. He's on the ball again. He works the ball, and he passed that way away from, I believe, Bell's on the ball now. It's hard to see when their backs are turned to the camera. That one's cut out by Jimmy Johnny Judy Fleck, but it falls back to Luton, working down the left-hand side now. Luton still on the ball, back to Lockyer. He's going to go back to Horvath and goal. Horvath on it. Come on, McBurney, closing down. Horvath lumps it forward, looking for Morris. He heads it, but he doesn't know where the ball. Johnny Squarehead, Wrigley Spearmint, Egan had him wrapped up. I'm surprised it wasn't a free kick. And Jackie Longthrow relieves the pressure on the Blades back line. And Dye chasing down Locklear as he plays the ball. I think he went out of play. Nope. Max Lowe picks it up back to Ndai. Ndai on the ball now, and he's fouled. And Blades have a free kick from about, what would you say, 22.97 yards out?
Yeah. 6 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Yeah. When they cut the grass like that, it's easier to do the math. So you just count how many.
Exactly. But a free kick for Blades in a dangerous area. This is Oliver Norwood time. Him and Johnny, Judy, Jerry, Jimmy, Jeffrey Fleck over the ball. Safe and sound. Yes, Noah is in the lane. And it is a free kick, as I said, from about 22.973 yards. Here comes the free kick in from Norwood, and Horvath comes and collects.
Yeah, just a little over Anel's head there.
Yeah, over pretty much all Blades players that lined up to take the free kick, and Horvath lets everybody get back. Blades retreat, and they work the ball to Osho down the right-hand side. A long ball over the top, looking for Adebayo. Jaden Bogle heads it to the wrong guy, and he gets beat like a drum, and Luton have a shot come in, and it falls to Maximus Lowe. Maximus Lowe lumps it forward. Oh, that was a poor clearance by, I believe that was was it Osho? Yes, it was Osho. Poor clearance, give it to McBurney. He loses out. Blades have a throw in because Lockyer clears it out.
Interesting stripes from Luton there. It's like a super dark blue with a lighter blue. I did not even know they were stripes until the zoom in.
Yeah, that was a bit weird. Blades have the ball and try to look for McBurney, and it misses him, but falls to Sandra Barge. Sandra Barge uses his hand to touch the ball. Can't do that. Ref doesn't see it. It's Jaden Bogle on the ball now. Ollie Norwood with a ping in, looking for Ndai. It's headed out, but as far as Maximus Lowe, he works it into Jimmy Johnny Fleck, who just passes it to the Luton player. God, they've been awful in midfield today. Blades looking for the ball, falls to Luton, and they, for some reason, just pass it out. This one has 0-0 written all over it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Lowe did a good job to get it to Fleck as it got cleared out from Luton there. But again, Fleck trying to do a one quick 1-2 with Lowe, and Lowe hadn't even gotten a step into his defender, couldn't even get around him. So obviously the ball was not ever going to get to him. So yeah, Fleck's got a better decision there. Hold on to the ball, wait for Lowe to make that run, or another space to open up to pass it.
Jaden Bogle has been awful, absolutely awful in this game. Luton lumped the ball forward. Maximus Lowe is able to clear it out. Does it go out for a throw-in? No, it falls to Osho again. Osho works the ball inside. He's going to get the ball back as it went to the Kamba, back to Osho. Drama in his life. Drama on the beat. Oh, Jackie Longthrow tries to clear it, but it's only as far as Campbell. Campbell works out for a Luton Town corner.
Yeah, just unfortunate there that it ricocheted off of Campbell and went towards goal instead of towards either of the end lines there. And then couldn't get on the correct side of Campbell to win the ball back. So all he could do is poke it out for the corner. Good to not foul, though, inside the penalty box. So corner for Luton here, just past 9 minutes.
Yeah. Been a rough and tumble game. Drama with the cross into the box. It's headed by Ollie McBurney, and we'll do it all over again. Second corner to Luton Town. I think we got to do something. Bogle's been awful. Jimmy, Johnny, Judy Fleck's been awful. Max Lowe's been a little bright. Yeah. We've kind of have a little bit of flickering as the ball comes in from Drama over everybody. Fleck and Campbell chasing after it. Campbell lays it back to Bell. Bell loses out to Ndai. Ndai loses out and gives it back to Luton Town. And I believe that's Morris on the ball now, but he gives it away. And give it away. Sandra trying to man Mark Morris. And it's comes in, cleared by Anel. And hands are going up from the back line. John Egan's like, we can't get the ball out. What are we doing? Two-man marking Luton as Bell's on the ball. Ollie McBurney just lets him run right by him. This is going to be a Luton Town goal if we don't get it out. John Egan clears it out, only as far as Ollie Norwood. Ollie Norwood to Ollie McBurney. McBurney gets deflected. And here come Luton again. Campbell on the ball. Sandry Barge. I mean, this is pitiful. This team is terrible right now.
The deflections off of Luton's players are falling only to them. So there might be a little bit of luck with that, but our passes, our clearances, everything's taken the odd bounce off of any body part and landing with the blue kits in Luton. Now, luckily, Horvath just kicks it out of play for a nice, easy Blades throw in. So appreciate that, Ethan. He knows there's an American in the crowd today, so he's got to help him out.
It's so bad that John Egan's like, what are we doing here? We cannot do anything right now. As the throw-in comes, it's headed by McBurney, but it falls to Osho of Luton Town. They lump it forward. It's going to fall to Jimmy Fleck, who goes to Ollie Norwood. He loses out, but the ball's with Jaden Bogle. He's going to give it away. Ollie McBurney has the wherewithal to turn off the ball. Now Johnny Fleck looking to the left. He's going to get bundled over. No foul. Ref says play on. I don't know how that wasn't a foul, but here we go. Max Lowe chasing him down. He's not going to get there. Jackie Longthrow looks like he's running in quicksand. The ball is going to go out for a Blades throw as Jackie Longthrow, I don't know, he was trying to get back, and then Adebayo, just the ball was too far. I don't know how Adebayo bundles through Jimmy, Johnny, Judy Fleck. Ref plays on. Blades go again with a throw in. Hands are going up to the crowd. The crowd is definitely getting frustrated. You can tell they're ripping the seat backs and throwing them on the pitch.
Hopefully not yet.
Jaden Bogle is going to lose out possession again, but that's going to go out for a Blades free kick or throw in. Campbell fouled Bogle, looked like, and we're going to go all the way back to Wesley in goal. If I was West, I'd just turn around and boot it in our own goal. Just like double birds and go on. West is going to lump it forward to McBurney. McBurney misses the header, but it ping-pongs off of a Luton player, and the ball's with McBurney. Over to Ndai. He's going to have a shot. Laid it off to Max Lowe on the left side. Max Lowe's going to cross it into Ollie McBurney, and he doesn't jump for some reason. It goes over everyone for a Luton Town goal kick.
Yeah, really decent way to get the ball into the attack there, and then nothing comes of it. Yeah, like you said, McBurney, I mean, it would have been tough the way he was running there. It was probably a little behind him to jump for, but still you got to maybe try to make that attempt there. A lot of folks today, Fleck not on past his level here from Scott, which means Fleck goal incoming. This happened with Billy earlier in the season, Scott, criticizing his speed, saying he's past it. I know I'm putting words in your mouth, but it happened. And then Sharp scores a goal 5 minutes later. So, but Allen, Fleck just not with it. Scott again with the Fleck hate, but that's okay. It's kind of showing today. And again, McAtee, even beginning of the season, Luton was giving him all sorts of trouble. So maybe it's just they have really good midfield presence. And we were talking about like the way they compact the middle of the field and just like shut everything down. So as a midfielder, you can't really operate the way you're used to. You don't have the time, the space to make those passes, to make the decisions. You just have to go as Iliman and Jai trying to go.
He is. I mean, this team is terrible. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This team today is terrible. We'll be lucky to get anything out of this game because the way we have started has just been god awful. The ball is back with Oliver Norwood. He finds Sandra. Sandra's on the ball, but he gives it away. Then he blindly passes it over to Jaden Bogle, who's probably going to give the ball away. He finds Iliman and Dye, who it bounces up to, and then right to Jimmy Johnny Fleck, over to McBurney, over to Sandy Barge, over to Max Lowe, back to Sandra. Sandra on the ball. Why don't you shoot it? He's going to pass it around. He's dilly-dallying on the ball. Shoot the ball over to Maximus. Maximus on the ball now. He about loses out. Heads go up. Bogle has, I believe, our first shot on goal. It's a headed effort. It was never going in. Ethan Horvath comes away with it.
Decent cross, though, a little past and behind our players, but Bogle does a good job to at least get ahead to it, tries to center it. Unfortunately, Horvath is able to get there. I think McBurney makes the same run as Bogle. If he doesn't, he might have a chance to poke it past Horvath, but it wasn't going to reach Anel, who was more towards the center of the box there. So certainly, want to see a bit better. And that was, retaining the ball, finding the right appropriate spaces. We were clamoring for Berger to have a shot, but in the end, I think a cross in from one of the wings was the better option there. You had Anel, who had made that run forward, who was participating in the attack as a long ball doesn't reach Max Lowe there.
Meets Horvath, and as chat rose blowing up, Middlesbrough are a goal down to Swansea as we'll go to Swansea. 15 minutes in, and Swans lead 1-0 over Middlesbrough. Oh, the Middlesbrough are falling apart. They're falling apart at the seams. Our fans are throwing stuff on the floor. Thanks for that, Jimmy Jimerson. That's our correspondent away to Swansea, Jimmy Jimerson. As Luton Town are back on the ball, live action now. Jaden Bogle deflects it. It's in the box, but cleared out by Anel. Sandra's on the ball. He finds Skilliman. Blades have numbers here. McBurney, get his head up. Somebody's got to run further than Ndai. Sandra's on the ball now. God, it's like those two were up front and everybody just stopped running. Like, how are we going to score from there? JLT on the ball. Back to Lee Norwood. Over to Sandra. Ali Norwood over to Anel. Now you let Luton get everybody behind the ball. That was terrible from Anel.
Yeah, I think he was expecting a Bogle run there, but was not in the right spot.
Bogle, halftime, right now, 20 minutes in, I take Bogle off, I take Fleck off, and I'd probably take, how many subs can we make? I'd probably take them all off. If we can make 5 subs, I'd make them all right now. Because this team right now is not going to get a win. They're not even going to get a draw. Luton's going to score from some freak play, and they're going to lose. Luton working the ball, and it goes all the way through to Wes as we're going to dilly-dally on the ball as he bowls it out to the right, and that's Ahmed Hodzic. Ahmed Hodzic to Jaden, give the ball away now. He actually makes a pass to McBurney and then loses out his Locklear, clears it out for a Blades throw. As we take it quick, falls to Iliman and Dye, tries to get it to Jaden Bogle, but there's no one up there, so I don't know why they did that. Bogle, of course, loses the ball and then follows his man. He's been awful.
Yeah, that cutback, again, too heavy, takes a weird bounce, whatever it is. The ball and Jaden Bogle do not want to be together today. No. Maybe he brought his positively magnetic shoes and the ball's on the positive side as well, and so they're just bouncing off of each other. Or maybe Luton brought the negative magnetic shoes, and then that attraction's pulling them together. Who knows? But ball not bouncing the way of almost any of the Blades players when it's
No, not at all.
loose, taking a weird touch, weird hop, whatever. So need to get a little bit better at controlling and keeping the ball and not losing it, because it's
It was a good ball in from Osho.
Yeah.
Be out for a Luton throw. About
That's
level with the penalty spot.
I didn't see who it went off of on the Blades. I thought
think
it went all the
off
way through. But
Oh, did I thought Anel got a flick to it.
maybe he did.
He might have. I don't. Yeah, they gave it. Yeah, it was a Luton throw, so it came off Anel. Jimmy Johnny Judy Fleck gives it Ndai back to Johnny Squarehead Egan. He lumps it forward for McBurney, who looks like he's been shot. Sandra's on the ball now, but of course there's no one forward. He gets to Johnny Fleck. Johnny Fleck on the ball. He loses out. And it's back to Ollie Norwood, who looks for JLT down the left-hand side. Back to Ollie Norwood. I mean, Bogle's standing in acres of space, but he spins so bad on the ball, they don't want to give it to him. JLT on the ball now, and he just gives it away to Campbell. But it is a loose touch from Campbell, given to Ollie Norwood, who just says, I don't want the ball here, Luton, you have it. John Egan on the ball now, looking for his back line cohort in Anel Ahmed Hadzic down the right-hand side to Mr. Give It Away now, Bogle. McBurney on the ball, passing between Jimmy Fleck. McBurney out wide on the right-hand side. Cross comes in, dealt with by Luton.
Almost took a deflection there.
And Blades are back with the ball inside Luton half. We're pinning Luton in right now, but Sandra's so slow on the ball. Man, you're so slow. He is so terrible. McBurney loses out on the ball. We are never going to get anywhere near their box. No, nowhere near with this team right now. We are so far off it. It's not even funny. It is not even hilarious. Luton have the ball. Osho on the ball. This is so bad. How is this team second in the championship? We should be like 18th. As they work the ball down the left-hand side, Maxim is low, loses out again. Oh, he touched the ball before it went out. It should be a throw into Luton, and it is.
If Max Lowe just kept letting it roll, it would have been a corner there.
That's what I don't understand. I don't understand. Why do you touch the ball? If you have any doubt, just let the ball roll out.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so pitiful. I mean, he touched it. This is so bad. How are they second in the league? This team should be in a relegation battle. That's how bad they're playing.
I'm going to echo Simon here.
I mean,
it's definitely not a comfortable time on the ball, but we are creating some opportunities. It's just none of these like kind of loose balls are going our way, and that's what's feeling so draining right now. The play seems a little slower given how quickly Luton is moving the ball forward, but that's I think more of a comparison to that.
Come on, run, Sander.
Burgers, I mean, doing great to hold up the ball there, and again, a lucky tackle sliding through to win it from Luton. But
here we go, something out of nothing here. Bogle's going to go in the book. Following Adebayo, I believe. Is he going in the book?
Yes, it barely touches him too. So
that's a yellow for Jaden Bogle. My card on this piece of paper looks like there's got some zigzags in the card that I wrote.
Noah, how is the lane, my friend? Give us an update. Besides just having a blast, you already said that when I asked the question. What's the atmosphere like there? Is everybody as negative as Chad is right now?
Yes.
We've got a kind of player down right now for Luton, so let's take a moment here. Everybody say hi to Noah.
I don't know. Adebayo didn't really look like he got injured. As far as I know, I think Noah's sitting in a box, so he's comfy right now. I don't believe he's in the cop right now. You can get signal in Bramwell Lane. I mean, it's not like you have dead spots or whatnot. When I was in the cop, I was able to watch you guys when you were doing that Millwall stream relatively easy. I was able to pick up decent signal in there, which is surprising. Is it looks like Adebayo is gonna be curtains for the day. He looks like he's crying, or maybe he's just wiping his kerchief. Don't look like Luton Robert Edwards. It doesn't look like he's going to make a change. They don't look like they have anybody warm. They do. Who is this? Is this Collie Woodrow? Is this going to be Collie Woodrow coming in? He would be a striker, I think, that would put on. No, maybe it's Mpanzu who will come in. I thought there was Adebayo that got fouled.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty innocuous touch there, just kind of a clipping of the ankles, but the way he went down, just really heavy and can hardly walk on his own weight right now. It will be
Barry 8. That is Barry 8 for you keeping score at home. Barry 8 off.
Luke Barry
on for Luton off. Mpanzu 17 for Luton. I mean, is his career over? Or is he like seriously injured? Because he can barely walk on it. I mean, he could put some pressure on it. So Barry 8 on, 17, and Mpanzu off.
Simon agreeing with the innocuous looking challenge.
Yeah.
I read a thesaurus this week, so I've got a few extra vocab words.
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus. It's the hardest word to say.
Yeah, thesaurus. Thesaurus. Yeah. That's why you just go thesaurus. You just bite your tongue.
I read one of those synonym books.
Here comes the free kick in. It hits the wall from Lockyer, and it is going to go up for a Luton throw that Anya Dinma is going to take left-hand side. They're still trying to get Mpanzu down the tunnel. I mean, it looks like he is really struggling. Really, really struggling. I guess they're going to give Luton it's a generous throw-in considering where the ball went out of play. I mean, he was almost at the. Why don't you just let him take a corner right now? You see how far he is to the corner flag, and the ball went way out, probably 10 yards behind him.
Yep.
Well, generous throw into Luton. Luton still on the ball. Couple loose touches there. Mm-hmm. And I believe Bell's on the ball. Back to Lockyer. And he's going to lump it forward. And I hope Max Lowe doesn't touch that. Goes out for a goal kick.
There we go. We got a couple Luton fans in the chat. Laura saying, come on, you Hatters. King Muzan saying, come on, Luton. So appreciate you guys being there.
Welcome.
Being here.
Welcome.
If you like the stream, that's all we care about. You can hang out, kind of calm, genteel banter in the chat is fine. We don't want to get too crazy. But as long as you like the stream, I don't care.
Yeah,
get those numbers.
I would agree. Goal kick is not good from Wes, and Luton have the ball. Adebayo on the ball as they work it left to right. We dispossess and get it up to McBurney, who gives it back to Bogle, who just blindly lumps it for Ndai and hopes he gets it. Lockyer gets back on the ball over to Barry, and down the left side, that will be Anya Dinma, who's playing out left. I've got to remember that. Back to Barry, back to Bell on the ball. Now to Lockyer over. Lockyer wanted to go to Osho, but he was closed down. Barry on the ball, but he is impeded by a Nell.
And a little pullback there.
Luton have a free kick.
Scott asking if the Pigeons are still available for selection. I didn't see them on the team sheet. And with the colder weather and the snow, I don't know if the Pigeons will be in attendance today, but we'll see. That might be what we need, those changes at halftime. So
yeah, we need the Pigeons up front as I think United are a bit on. No, it goes off on now, and he sweeps it out for a Luton corner. Yeah, he's. I don't know. He might have took Adebayo's leg out, and it might have came off Adebayo for a goal kick. But as a Blades defend this corner from Luton Town, their shirts. Oh, as it falls in the box and it is cleared by Sandra.
Yeah, McBurney just
Oh,
dove in the way there. That was
Anya Dinma
big for
had a
him.
stonewall chance, and Max Lowe. This team needs to get to halftime. Seriously, right now they need to blow the halftime whistle, or they're going to be. This team might be 3-0 down at halftime. Here come Luton again down the left-hand side. Morris on the ball now. He's dispossessed. Anel wins back. Ollie Norwood lumps it up, but no one's there. Why are we there's no point in getting frustrated. We're just dumping it to no one. It's back to Luton's keeper, and here come Luton again. Here come Luton again. I've said it 500 times in this first half. This team is so bad. Down the left-hand side it goes now, and Jaden, I can't pass 3 yards, deflects it out for a Luton throw, and where's Waldo in the crowd as we're scanning the crowd now.
Yeah, just not the cleanest of football here for the Blades.
Disconjointed.
Yeah. And again, it's I'm pulling up some stats right now. Possession's almost even, which I would not have suspected. 50.4 to Luton, 49.6 to us. So not even a whole percentage point between us. However, duels won, Luton 65%, Blades 38.5. Aerial duels won 75% to Luton, 33.3 to the Blades. So, which that one doesn't make sense because that doesn't add up to 100. That's more than 100. But
yeah, I know, right?
I digress. It's really showing you that the balls in contention when 2 players are going at it, almost all of them are falling to Luton. And that's what we're seeing. As Berga's cross in, McBurney looked like he got pushed or something because he did not have any attempt on the ball there with a head. So, and that was a pretty decent crossing from Sander.
I mean, it was good, but it didn't fall to anybody. But the Blades have the ball in their own half, working about at the back, and Nell lumps it forward to Bogle. Bogle, if you guys want to guess in chat, really gave the ball away again. As the Blades have another throw in. But, I mean, it's like Luton are double teaming McBurney. When we have a goal kick and West kicks it, McBurney's double team by 2 Luton players. This is the exact same way that they defended us in the Prem, and it didn't work. So we're trying to do it as we just played it out of play again by a Nell who looks absolutely miles off of it right now.
That's defensively he's been doing well, and he made that really good run earlier. So just that pass going a little wayward.
If we try to get the ball to someone else, maybe we try playing it out of the back instead of lumping it forward. But clearly, Hecky doesn't want to change it. Luton has the ball, and there's going to be a pullback by Sandra, and Luton have the ball over on the right-hand side. Is going to be a lump forward. To be honest with you, Luton looked the better side. Now both teams look like this game's going to finish 0-0 because both teams are just lumping the ball forward, honestly.
Yeah. Well, and that's – I was surprised with how much sustained possession Luton had in the first 15 minutes of this match. This is more what I was expecting from them, and I thought we would be the ones to have, like, pass the ball around the back, hold on to it, get numbers forward. But we've kind of, I think, resorted to we have to – just clear the ball and hoof it forward, hoof ball. But, every single challenge, every win by Luton is just instantly passed forward and is finding a Hatters jersey. So that's the biggest challenge right now.
They're going to call a pen? Nope. No pen.
Yeah, that's good. There was nothing there. Bogle shoulder to shoulder there.
As Sandy Barge gives it away again. This is so frustrating to watch. This team is not, man. Oh,
Scott, interesting point. We don't have that pace to counterattack. I think some players do, but not from as deep back as we're playing
oh.
right now, as Luton have more chances in the box and a shot just way over the top from the substitute there.
I think was that their first shot in anger at us? They haven't had a shot on target, have they?
They've had 2 shots. I think this is their third, but none on target. We don't have
None
any
on target.
shots, so
So they didn't count that Bogle header as a shot. So we haven't
no,
had
it
any.
was a cross. It was coming across.
Oh.
Horvath collected it, but it was not heading towards goal at all.
Back to Horvath as we lump it forward and nothing comes of it. This one's gonna play out to a 0-0 draw. Boy, Lockyer on the ball. Back to Horvath. We're not in any immediate pressing need, as we have a couple players come forward. Force Luton into a long ball forward, which theirs doesn't make any sense. So Anel puts it out for a Luton throw, left hand side. And Drama is going to take it. Drama is going to take it. And that was one of the ugliest throws, and somehow 3 Blades players let it fall to a Luton player.
Yeah.
And they have another throw in further down the pitch. But Carlton Morrison wins that one. I think I just called him Carlton Morrison. Carlton Morris. Yeah, they have another throw in, as the throw ins from Luton just keep getting further and further towards our goal. And we're just waiting. They take the throw in, and it's probably going to go out for another one. Just kidding. They're going to work the ball inside now. It's over on the right-hand side to Osho. Osho back to, I believe that was Bell on the ball. Or, no, that was Nakamba. Back to Horvath. And they're going to lump it forward. And guess what? It's going to fall to a Luton player. Then the ball falls to John Egan, and he out for another throw in. Not going to lie, this game has been pretty boring.
Yeah,
there really hasn't been much in it, though.
Yeah, it's settled into the game you were expecting. It's the lumping it back and forth, ball, long ball from keeper here, from defender here, and I think that suits Luton. So we will have to kind of come up with a different game plan in the second half. I see this as one that, one goal is going to win it, as I, gave my prediction 1-0 to the Blades in the, pre-match build up. Another corner for Luton here. They have had, I think, 5 corners so far. Maybe 3. So this is their 4th or 5th. But realistically, it's just the game that we're playing Luton's game. I don't think we're playing poorly. It's just a lot of the ricochet balls and everything are just not landing to us, and that's making it feel like we're playing worse than we are.
Their corners haven't been very good either. It's just headed out, and we for some reason don't want to kick the ball anywhere. McBurney heads it out, but they head it back in. And Wes clears that one. And bowl it out, Wes. Come on. Get it going here.
Yeah, there you go.
JLT down the left-hand side. He slows it up, looking for Ndai. This is our first. Whoa, no free kick, I guess. No free kick. Well, he didn't even play advantage either. So Ndai tries to take on 2 players and loses the ball because he's being selfish. It's only as far as JLT over to Ali Norwood, who just absolutely gets cleared out.
Oh, jeez. Yep, there's the call. Okay.
Yeah, he got absolutely hammered. Should be a free kick inside Luton territory for the Blades. Yeah, he just got absolutely cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
No card.
I
Barry
guess,
gets away with one.
Yeah, maybe it's Barry's first challenge or something. Bogle got a card, but he had like 3 or 4 tackles, fouls.
Yeah, the ref's like, man, you've been playing the ball to the other team. Here, we'll give you one. Cross comes in, headers go up. McBurney heads it away from goal, believe it or not. And then Jaden Bogle again loses out on possession. And Ali Norwood's like, we're not going to do anything with it. Here, Horvath, you have the ball. So he just gifts one back to the Luton keeper. I mean, just unbelievable how just unorganized we look and just off it. And then Luton hump it forward. Yeah, that should have been a free kick. Jackie Longthrow was pushed in the back.
Good call there from the ref.
And we can't take it because Luton players are standing over it. As Adebayo just shoved JLT, and he's like, I didn't do anything.
You did.
So JLT pushes it back over to Egan. Egan over to Jackie Longthrow. Jackie Longthrow up to Maximus Lowe. He loses the ball, and it's going to be a Luton throw.
Yep.
No touch blades today. No touch blades.
I say Luton, I think, doing a little bit better with the closing down, the defensive pressure on our back line when we have the ball. We have been trying to do that, but they're passing it quickly before we can get in and actually affect them on possession. So that's something we need to look at, is just passing quicker, not forward, not like long ball, but just making a quicker decision and not standing on the ball, because it's allowing Luton's defensive shape to get set up each and every time.
Yeah. And Dye on the ball. Norwood to McBurney. McBurney back to Sandy. Sandy over to Ollie Norwood. Or is that Anel? I couldn't tell. Oh, into Sandy. Are we going to take a shot? And it's deflected. Blades get a corner.
There we go. First corner. Right?
Yeah.
First corner.
Yeah. First corner of the game took 40 minutes. Hey, boy. Just absolutely deflected off of Bell for a corner. Blades. Hopefully we can get it past the first man. Oh, Ollie Norwood going to take this bad boy. Comes in. Heads go up. And, a decent shot, but it is saved by Horvath. Actually, a decent effort by Jimmy Johnny Egan. Or was it, I don't know, was it him or was it Anel?
I think, it was Anel's head. Egan was right behind him, kind of giving that
it was Anel.
Little push there to stay steady on that. But yeah, very strong header from Anel, right on target. Actually did a good job of putting that away from where Ethan Horvath was standing at the time. And Horvath, not like the toughest save to make in the world, but still had to make a full extension dive there. So kudos to him. Good job, Anel, as a cross from Luton, just way over the top of everybody. And
Anya Dinma and Jaden Bogle wrestling with it, and Bogle wins out. There was no. I mean, if anything, it was on Anya Dinma, and he should go in the yellow card for taking down Bogle. Bogle won the ball. There was no issue with that. And then Anya Dinma throws his hands up and says, why no free kick? And then proceeds to foul Bogle. How is that not a foul on or a yellow card on Anya Dinma?
I'm not sure, because it's similar to Bogle's yellow where he's coming from behind.
Yeah,
just pushes him in the back. Just like a whole elbow
nailed
there.
Him, yeah.
Again, I think this ref is harboring some sore feelings from Billy's comments after the Wrexham match.
Oh, is this the ref?
This is the guy.
Oh, Jesus. So when Billy gets on, he's going to get sent off, is what you're saying?
We'll see. I am certain that that's why, the beginning, a lot more of the fouls were going towards.
Oh, my God, that was terrible.
John,
my God.
Couldn't find Max Lowe there.
He found the signboard, not even Max Lowe. Holy wow. That was bad. Wow, that was awful. Thank God there's going to be a bunch of time added on, so we're only 2 minutes away from it. Yeah, so it's probably going to be about 4 minutes at a time, I'd imagine. Throw in from Luton, and it falls all the way back to Wes. and he just proceeds to just blindly kick it down. Out for a Blades throw, left-hand side. Not really much doing. Jackie Longthrow's going to throw this one in. And probably fall to a Luton player. Throws it over everybody. And Dye goes for it. Johnny Fleck tries to win it. And Dye is going to half-heartedly close down Horvath, who gets it out to Bell. Bell's going to lump it forward. On rushing, Anello gets in and clears it. But he takes himself out of the play. Down the left-hand side, it stays. It's all the way back to Lockyer. Lockyer on the ball, not being closed down, all kinds of time on it. Gets deflected up to Morris. Morris to Barry. John Egan's probably going to go in the book. No foul. I don't know how that wasn't a foul on John Egan.
Yeah,
Barry went down. Whew. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Let's see. He did get the... Rob Edwards clearly wants a straight red 17-game ban for John Egan, but he won't get it.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to see on that camera angle that they showed on the replay.
Yeah.
But pleased to see the ref not making any rash decisions.
Yeah. Blades with the ball. It's back with JLT. We got only 2 minutes. Thank God we only have 2 minutes. Ball up, and it's out for a Luton throw because Max Lowe can't pass the ball in play. Other than that, thank God halftime's coming because this will not really any entertaining it at all. For the neutral, you wouldn't be a fan of it. You'd probably be asleep by now.
Yeah, Mr. Martin, Blades did have a shot on goal from a corner. An L header that Horvath had to dive to his right to save. Probably the closest opportunity for either side. So as negative as we sound, free kick won there in the box for the Blades, our defensive half. But as negative as we sound, the best chance so far in the match did go our way. So
yeah. Anya Dimma wanted a penalty for getting shoulder barged off of it together. Sandy Barge and Anya Dimma come together like this. Both go down.
He had both legs wrapped around Sander, so clear foul on him to go the Blades' way.
I mean, and then West just kicks it complete. I mean, not even anywhere close. McBurney probably going to go in the book? No, I thought he was going in the book. Anya Dimma has just been all over the place. McBurney shoves him. I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow card for that.
But I don't know if you saw McBurney's jersey.
Yeah, sure got pulled.
Well,
yeah.
So.
One off. Just below full time, please. Pigeons are back as well.
Here we go. It's a sign.
Time. Thank God. We'll put this up because we forgot to do halftime. It is Blades 0 and Luton Town 0. Robert, your thoughts on halftime? On the first half?
Honestly, like we've seen a pretty even match. I can run through some of the stats here for folks because everybody likes that. But really, really even. Possession 50.1% to the Blades, 49.9% to Luton. Duels won. Luton edge us 57.6 to 41.5. Aerial duels 63.6 to 36.4. They've had 4 corners to our 1. 3 total shots to our 2, but we've had the only shot on target for either side. And then we are doing pretty well in the tackles department, 10-9, 80% of our tackles won, only 66% of theirs. A lot more clearances by us, which makes sense, more interceptions by them. But yeah, pass accuracy, pretty even. We're only like a percentage or 2 higher than them. Same with pass accuracy in opposition half and pass accuracy in own half. So overall, a fairly even game. And I think I said it in the half that we seem to be playing more to Luton's game plan of
Mhm.
lump the ball forward, try to not sit back on possession. The first 10 minutes or so, Luton was just passing it around the back the whole time. It
Mhm.
kind of caught me off guard because that's not how I was expecting them to play. But then they've really settled into their just like work the ball up quick, and that's about it. But the Blades have done the same thing, and I don't
Yeah.
think that's going to be as effective for us. But like I've said, we've had the best chance in the game so far, the only goal shot on goal from a corner. So if we can get a few more set pieces, I would say that we probably have a goal coming from one of those. Um, we've not looked like we have the game plan right now to get the ball in open play into
Mhm.
the dangerous areas and to create some shots. Sander had one that went out for that corner. That was a pretty good worked ball. Max Lowe had a decent cross about 15, 20 minutes in. So I'm not disappointed. I feel fine. I don't think Luton's been dangerous at all in the attack. It's just they've been annoying in the midfield. And I think that's where some of your frustration is probably coming from, is just losing the ball all the time. And really it's just neither side holding on to it.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I you know I, I would agree with Scott. Very even game. No one wants to lose it. Hence the poor showing. Yeah, I mean, 100%, Scott. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Um, I just think we need, honestly, to go and get. Obviously, and your guys will be like, "Well, no duh, Captain Obvious." We need to try and get on the front foot, and maybe, obviously, we're not going to make any change at halftime. Heck, he never does. Um, but the likes of Doyle and McAtee might liven the game up a little bit, but you never know. I mean, Bogle's been absolutely terrible. Max Lowe started off bright. Yeah, then he faded. John Fleck's been awful. Norwood's kind of given the ball away a few times. McBurney and Ndai has been too selfish, in my opinion, in not giving the ball up when he had the ball down in the opponent's box. But I mean, it is what it is. It's you. I mean, you can rewind the tape and look at the reverse fixture at Kenilworth Road. This is how the game went, and it finished all even 1-1. You know, this might just finish 0-0.
Mhm.
We're not. I mean, it's not the end of the day. But I just want it. With results around the league going opposite ways. You might want to take 3 points from this one. And that's what I was hoping something changed, but it's almost more of the same from Blades, carrying on from Reading in the midweek. A absolutely dreadful, boring first half, and then Blades kind of grew into the game in the second half and got the goal,
Mhm.
and we're able to get the 3 points. So maybe that's something we have now. And I said it, I believe Blackburn last week, and we were absolutely awful against Blackburn in the second half. We couldn't pass our way, similar to how we've played in the first half against Luton. So if we flip that script and play better in the second half, you have to like our chances of getting a goal in the second half.
Yeah. And some halftime subs probably would be not unexpected, I should say. How do I phrase that? I don't think Hecky will make any, but they would probably be welcomed by the
Yeah,
Blades faithful.
yeah,
I think the consensus, I've just been doing a little bit of Twitter scrolling. Consensus is that we have a little bit more Jimmy Fleck than John Fleck today.
yeah, yeah.
Um, eh, I I think again he's been in the right positions, just the execution's not been on. A lot of poor passes or mistimed passes. So an earlier substitution for Fleck for your McAtee or Doyle, whichever we would like to see at that point in the game, whether it's right now at halftime or a little bit into the second half. As far as the wingbacks, I think they're doing fine. Bogle kind of stepped it up once he got his yellow card, and kind of settled in. He actually started making some good defensive plays. was winning some free kicks down the right-hand side. So I think Bogle can find his way in this match. Anel obviously had the shot on target. Was very solid defensively in the first 30 minutes or so. Not that he wasn't the last 15, but just wasn't as many opportunities from Luton. So realistically, I think Fleck's the first and only sub I would consider at halftime.
Yeah.
And in this match, I mean, Doyle gives you a little bit more of a creative passing outlet. The issue is I don't know if he's going to have enough time to sit on the ball because Luton is just closing us down left, right, and center. Whereas McAtee, I think he has some speed to open Luton up, but
Yeah.
if he kind of has anything in the back of his mind from the reverse fixture, I'd be hesitant. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Hecky does here at halftime with those substitutions. But the side's not playing poorly. If we can get more set pieces, I think that's the key. Goal's going to come from a set piece.
Yeah.
Free kicks, corners, whatever we can get, we just got to get them. And yeah, defensively, I think we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, we should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, only time will tell. Let's go back to the studio for a halftime roundup of all the games. Most of the games now are all gone to halftime. Preston and Cardiff were the last one to go to halftime. Early kickoff, Bristol City 2, Blackpool 0. And all these score lines are halftime. Birmingham 2, Rotherham 0. Johnny's Burnley winning 1-0 against Wigan. I'm surprised they haven't bagged 7 past them. Coventry and Hull are 0-0. Preston, Cardiff also 0-0. Here's a shocking scoreline after his comments about his team probably taking second in the league this year. QPR 1, Chris Wilder's Watford 0, after Chris Wilder said he doesn't believe Watford out of the second spot by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know what he's on. Reading trail at home to Millwall 0-1. United Luton, obviously 0-0. Swansea lead 1-0 against the greatest team in the history of the championship, Middlesbrough. And West Brom 1-0 lead against Huddersfield.
Man.
And that is Around the Grounds. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Chad, for the around the grounds there. The league scores not going too poorly for the Blades. Obviously, the biggest one there to watch is Middlesbrough, who are currently losing. So even as it stands, the lead grows from 7 to 8 points. So, you know, I could see Hecky and the lads, and honestly, I could see Luton on the same page, just both being content to see this one out and share the point apiece. But obviously, we want to build that gap up. We want the momentum. We want a better performance. So, who knows? It'll be interesting. And I think the other scores around the league, obviously, Watford losing to a QPR team who's been underperforming so far this season. They now have that man Ainsworth. He's managing them. So
Gareth, but we say Garth Brooks in charge.
Just a country singer right there. But
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm sure Wilder would love to put one over on him for all the former things that Ainsworth has done against the Blades. But honestly, there's not too many score lines I'm super worried about across the league. Burnley can do whatever they want. I don't care. If they want the league, they can have it. If they want to choke at the end and we have a chance at it, cool. But that trophy for me is less important than getting promotion. So,
as it stands, we're 8 points clear. Obviously, everybody will know that Watford are 17 points behind us. So I don't know how that's going to happen. But yeah, if this game does end 0-0, it's not the end of the world, but I would definitely like to see us take all 3 points. I've got to slide out for just about 28 seconds. I promise I will be back.
All right, I'm going to
And
count.
they should,
So,
count. Start the count.
All right. I'm not actually going to count. We'll just pretend that he did. Okay, everybody agree that it's been 45 seconds when he gets back. Unless his speakers are on, he can still hear me. But yeah, feel free to leave your comments in the chat. What would you guys do at halftime here? We've got a couple folks who are saying, like Scott, some halftime subs would be appreciated. And maybe some other things. Scott actually just doing the countdown. I appreciate that. That is what we like to see. Dumb Idiot is me 420. You're back. And hey, I appreciate I didn't put it up on the chat this time at the beginning of the game, but always love your
I got back.
Greasy Chip Buddy comments throughout. So that was pretty quick, Chad, but I think we still had you at, what was it? What did we say, folks? It was like 58 seconds or something.
58.
Yeah.
Don't
look at Scott, who only got to 20.
I had to go out a door, in another door, through another door to use the restroom. And then I came back out. Yeah. So I had to go in a big square.
Chris timed you.
Chris got me at 29. I only missed it by 1. That's not too bad.
That's fair. That's fair. I didn't even bother. I was just going to make up a number. I don't know if you had the speakers on or if it was in your headphones, but I told everybody we were gonna say like 45 or something. Scott started to struggle after 20. Honestly, you're like half the players on the pitch today, just struggling after 20 seconds. I mean, 20 minutes or.
Oh man.
Yeah, Sean given some positivity in the chat. We like to see this. Not all doom and gloom. That's my default. I'm an optimistic lad at heart. Chad, I know you're the
pessimistic.
Pessimist.
I always see the I don't know. There's got to be, everything's not perfect in the world, so I never see perfection, or I'm always striving for perfection, and we're never going to see that. We're all humans. Nothing's ever perfect. But
I will say it was crazy when we were on like that huge winning run, and before the World Cup break and everything, doing some watchalongs and seeing you predict wins, and you were smiling and all this stuff. I'm like, who's this guy? Like,
I knew there had to be a fluctuation, but I would love, honestly, if we could just string a run of about 4 or 5 together. I would love that. As we're getting closer to the second half, boys just ran out, but more to my point, if we could just get like a string of 3 or 4 games together in a row, all wins, 12 out of 12, and that very well might possibly happen at the end of the season. Everybody's like, oh, we have an easy run in, blah, blah, blah. They're easy wins on paper, but the game isn't played on paper. It's played on that big green thing where we try to put the small white thing in the big white thing. So it's not guaranteed, but I would just love to see us put like 3 or 4 games together in the league. I don't care about the cup. I understand we have a chance to go to a semifinal at Wembley. I totally understand it. I totally get that. The only way I'll care about it is if we do get to the semifinals and possibly a final. I'm more focused on the league and more focused about our ambitions of next year. I could care because they play this cup every year.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, we've been in the last 8, I think 3 out of the last 4 years. So we're pretty well in the FA Cup. It's just we can't lose focus and go back and forget about the league and mess that up. Now, if we could just put 3, 4 games together, get the points on the board, I'd be much happier. There's no changes in halftime as well as Jimmy Johnny Flex about to get us underway.
Yep. And yeah, good thoughts about the FA Cup. Obviously, we would love to see some productive results as we're underway now, but it's still cool. You do get some money. You get the TV, you know, broadcast and everything. Folks watching your team. Norwood just gets clattered in the back there.
Yeah, there's got to be
played advantage, but that's going to be a head injury.
There was nothing that came of that either. He gets clattered through, just absolutely gets blasted. Is that Onyedinma again?
Oh my gosh, that is.
How is there no yellow card for that? The dude wasn't even doing anything.
That is bad.
Or was it Adebayo? Yeah, there was Adebayo that clattered through him. Oh my God.
That's 2 now that Norwood has passed the ball away and then still been ran into 2 times and no cards given. That one, the first one, okay, it's just kind of a push. That one was like a full on, like, you know, rugby, American football style tackle.
Yeah.
You know, Norwood, I'm sure there's some sort of whiplash that went on there. Yeah, and I feel so bad because we're taken away from Greasy Chip Buddy song here in the comments.
Yeah.
But you know, it's still not what you want to see, and the ref needs to stop that before it continues to happen and someone actually gets hurt.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Blades have a throw in, by the way.
Yeah, Jackie, long throw here.
Jackie throws it long. Flat corner, looking for the on-running Egan. That was a training pitch exercise. I could see it. Ping back in from Ollie Norwood. Jackie long throw to Horvath. So we have come out in the first 2 minutes and looked a bit brighter.
Yep.
So we can see ball comes in from Robbo and he just heads it down to Horvath. Won't be a shot on target, but still an effort nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, that long throw didn't go towards the 6-yard box. It kind of went out further, and Egan was kind of making this swooping run. And, unfortunately, Luton had a player there kind of watching that area. McBurney doing a pretty good job to hold off Osho here.
Yeah, he held up Osho, and Sandra's on the ball now, and Sandra passes it back to Norwood over to Johnny Fleck. Oh, too hard of a touch for Ndai, and Ndai loses out, and Lockyer lumps it down. But only to Johnny Squarehead, Wrigley, Spearmint, Egan. And over to Anel. Anel making a marauding run, almost like the Basham effort from last week that I wish he would have scored on. That would have been so good. Yeah. And Bogle, what's he do? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Passes it to his friends in the cop because he saw him. He said, here you go. You guys want a ball? Here's a souvenir. So he just passes it to no one. I don't know why they're showing Lockyer. Lockyer, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know why they're showing this again.
It was a good touch. He did a quick little deke of Ndai. They were both running towards the touch line, and Lockyer just able to kind of swing that one back and clear it. So it was a pretty decent move there. A foul called against
I think on Morris. Yeah, I think it was on. He backed into Robbo. Blades had the ball. Took it very quick, but we're messing around with it at the back. It's on JLT's foot now. He sees Ndai, gets it to that's Johnny Fleck, and he goes down. No foul call. The ball. I don't know how the ball's a throw into Luton. I don't get that. I think the ref put his flag up the wrong way because there is no way in absolute hell this is. We didn't see who took the free kick, but Luton have the ball. The throw in, and Luton have the ball. And Bogle back on it. And he has got to come off. That is 2 passes astray from Jaden Bogle.
Yeah, I mean, they're just a little heavy. And again, he was a little off at the beginning of the first half and kind of found his way into the match. But
you're going to have to break. You're literally going to have to break someone's leg to get a foul in this game because Lockyer just got dragged back, and the ref said, nothing, doing nothing.
Yeah, and it's amazing then, given how little he is calling, that Bogle has the yellow card.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like is he's calling nothing, but yet Bogle has a yellow card. And Anya
Yep.
Dimma's about beat Ollie Norwood into a pulp, and he's just hey, you know, play on.
Mm-hmm.
Ball's back at West now as we lump it forward, looking for Ollie McBurney, and it goes over him, and it's over everybody. It's going to go out for a Luton Town throw in their own half. So since we've started better, then they've kind of got back into the game, and it's business as usual, honestly.
Let's say Steve York back in the chat. It's been a while, my friend. Rightly commenting that a goal does put us 10 points clear of Middlesbrough. So that gap can grow. As it stands, it is growing to 8 points if this result holds.
Why did Ollie McBurney just clear that into the box? I mean, that was dumb.
I think he was trying for the cross there to find Njai and just a little too much on it. But
Horvath with the ball. Now, and Luton are going to do the same thing Blades have done. Lump it forward, and it probably is going to fall to somebody. And it gets flicked on to Morris. Morris with the ball over to the right-hand side. Drama wants a foul, doesn't get it. Ball's one back to Blades. Max Lowe can't have a touch. He's terrible. Back to Luton. As far as Jackie Long throw, we're going to lump it forward. That was not a very good effort. And Dye's on the ball. He gets a Sandra to Johnny Fleck, back to Sandra, but it was a terrible ball. It somehow falls to Johnny, over to Sandra, and Sandra passes it to Luton.
Yeah, Bogle and McBurney both made the same run, and Sander was passing to the one who wasn't going to be making the run. The right idea from Sander. Unfortunately, they were just both making that same run. But again, the Blades are moving the ball more dangerously right now. It's looking better, and Luton, again, not having too much opportunity so far, but they do have a little bit of possession here.
Campbell on the outside of the box, passing it around. Adebayo, who should be on a yellow card. I don't know how he's not. Campbell dispossessed. Adebayo nutmegs Johnny Fleck, and it's 1-0 Luton Town. Luton Town have scored. Carlton Morris, something out of nothing, and Blades are in big trouble. There's the winner right there, honestly, folks. That is it. Carlton Morris at the front post. And Blades trail 1-0. Morris on 53. And this one is in trouble for Blades. As Middlesbrough peg back against Swansea.
Yeah, and
just nutmeg through John Fleck. Flick comes on, Anel not man marking Morris, and Morris just slots it home past West. Yeah, I mean, that was poor defending. Johnny Fleck gets nutmegged, and then Anel Ahmedhodzic completely out of place, and that's it. It's easy. That's it. That's easy as you like. Easy as you like. Blades trail 1-0. All to do. And Blades have showed nothing from it.
I took all my positive good feelings right out of here. So
good little piece of interplay. That's going to be a foul on Bogle. Blades are going to start to. What's going to happen? I foresee Blades are going to lose their head and going to get somebody sent off. Because it's just just Blades have been by far second best to Luton. I mean, we said it was.
I don't think we've been second best though. I think this half that was Luton's first opportunity with the ball in the attacking area, and just one really, really good play to get the ball through Fleck's legs, and then just that type of a run and a cross, Wes kind of had to cover both areas, and he picked one and he picked wrong. That's not necessarily his fault. And Amin Hadzic tracking Morris, I think Morris just had a really good run there. But that's it. Like, Luton hasn't done anything so far the rest of this half, and even in the first half, it was fairly even. So I don't know. I don't think we've been second best, but it's still just we aren't finding that last pass, finding that last opportunity. I think we do have a goal in us. It's just getting to it is going to be tricky.
Yeah. Blades have a throw in. I don't know what we're waiting on. For some reason, Billy Sharp's warming up. I don't believe he'd be the man to put in this game. As Blades can't even see the ball out of the back now. Ball is within die, looking over for Max Lowe on the left-hand side. He's closed down, probably, and he gives the ball away. Jackie Long throw just this is the Blades over the last month. They go behind and they start to make rash challenges as Burrow take the lead against Swansea. It's to me, it's there. I don't see the Blades getting a goal in this game. I foresee this one goal to nil. I don't see us offering anything aside from the first 2 minutes of the second half. We haven't even had a sniff towards their box, and it's just like we look clueless. We don't look like we know what to do. Ball bowled out.
At this point, we do need a sub. We need to find a way to win set pieces in the attacking third, and that's our route back into this match. And
but
Luton's going to now be able to sit back and be even more defensive than they were already. So it has to come from set pieces where you have that even footing. You have a level playing field. A set piece at any time of the game should be the same, whether you're winning or losing. So it's a matter of getting into places to win those.
Yeah, and I think Blades are trying to go through through Ndiaye too much because they're trying to get him almost a touch every time. And when we don't have anything, it's Blades all right now, but we're not even in Luton's half. We're just passing the ball around at the back, and we'll lump it forward. It'll fall to a Luton player, and it goes out for a throw. And they have not showed me since the goal's gone in. United have shown me absolutely zero. As we're putting Billy Sharp on for John Black.
Yep. So, again, attacking change. I would have liked to see one of the Man City lads, be attacking from the midfield, but nothing's happening in the midfield anyway. So get another body up front. If you're going to lump it forward to McBurney, as we were doing in the first half, a second player up there to win the second ball might be the way to go. Luton's going to do the same thing, and we are fine defensively in the back to deal with their long balls forward. So not a bad tactic. We'll see if it works, but I understand what Hecky's going for here.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. He seems to know more than I do, but I just, we're clearly going with McBurney and Sharp up front, and then putting Ndiaye back in for in behind the two strikers as a link up play. As you can see, McBurney and Sharp on the right hand side, McBurney on the left. Luton are going to try and work it out of the back, and to be fair, they give the ball away in the midfield, but again, Ndiaye gets on the ball. It's closed down. Ollie Norwood looks for McBurney. He heads it, lay it off to Max Lowe. Max Lowe in the box. Be nice if we got a penalty. I don't believe we've had one. Sandy Barge loses the ball. We try to force it into the box. And here come Luton on the counter. That's going to be a yellow card. That'll be a yellow card as the ball's cut out. Luton won it pulled back for the free kick, but they got it off.
Yeah, advantage was played there. I don't know if Robinson had enough in that foul for a yellow, but I could see this ref doing that.
Bill, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? He's standing on the ball. Like, you're so far away from goal. Lay it off to somebody. As Max Lowe wins the throw.
Billy, it's Blade's throw there. Billy had the ball top of the area, could have turned over his left shoulder the way the ball came in, and decided not to. But by not turning, he let all the Luton players who were running towards Luton's goal close him down. And but a header from McBurney there. Max Lowe
Shoot it
now.
God! Unbelievable. This team is so bad. I hope the wheels come completely off and we don't make the playoffs.
That one
we fall.
Was bouncing. Billy couldn't quite get it under him. But this is more positive. You got to stay positive, Chad. Like, this is better than we had in the first half. So let's stay on this. Because it's another Jackie Long throw.
This is just so...
And I agree with Simon. Sanders working the second half for sure.
Luton had the ball, but it's too Billy. I mean, Jesus. He gets a cross in. It's going to be out for Blade's throw as it was cleared by Adebayo. Cross comes on in from... I believe that was Oliver Norwood, and it wasn't even close. I mean, that was closer to the 17th row than it was the goal. So Luton have a goal kick, and they're going to take their time on this one. I mean, John Fleck just... And Carlton Morris. Bang.
Yeah, I wish I could see... They haven't shown yet, like, a wider shot to see how Morris did his run, because they've showed us that shot, which was focused on the ball, and then they showed us behind the goal, which also focuses on the ball. And so both of them, you just see Morris and Anel just running right in at the last second. So I don't know, was Anel like that far behind him in the run? Was like, I don't know what happened to let Morris get that chance to attack the ball before we could. All I know is that Adebayo just nutmegged John Fleck, and yeah,
pretty bad.
But I want to see another angle to really know what happened there.
Drama with the throw in for Luton as they give the ball away. And what do? We just decide to clear it out because that's the best Max Lowe can do. As Luton have another throw, and chat row has clearly turned negative. Luton come again. If anything, I would probably hedge. Golly, Ollie Norwood is so bad in midfield today. Oh my God! Wow, he cannot control the ball, and he just gives it away. The wingbacks in the midfield have been absolutely miles off of it today, in my opinion. Every player, Max Lowe and Jaden Bowl, have been terrible. And Sandy Barge from bright spots as the ball falls to Morris again. There's that man again. He has a shot and it goes wide. The two wingbacks, Norwood, Fleck, have been not even interested in this game. Not even close. You could tell United are like searching and probing, but there's nothing. Johnny get on the ball. He lumps it forward. Was that Sandy Bard? Oh, that's Billy up there. I thought it was Sandy. They all got red Under Armour tops on.
Yeah, Sanders definitely playing further back. It's almost like a double pivot in midfield with Sander and Ollie Norwood. If the ball's on one side, one goes forward. If the other side, the other one goes forward.
Have a go here, L. Do something with it. Get off the ball. And L's got the ball. He runs it into midfield. It goes to nobody. He does not have his head.
I mean, Ndai let that one run because Billy was behind him. Billy was.
And Ndai hasn't been anywhere in the game either. I mean, every time he's got the ball, I feel like he's giving the ball away. He has no creativity. Blades have it again. JLT's on the ball, but once again, he's about to overrun Max Lowe because Max Lowe won't do anything. Max Lowe's just standing there. John Egan on the ball. And he's running over to the right-hand side. Is somebody going to do anything with it? Billy's trying to make a run, but he's being pegged back. I mean, Luton are dealing with all these balls lumped in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here we go again. Sandy on the ball, over to Ahmed Hadzic. I mean, Luton are almost content with just saying, hey, just pass it about. You're going to give it away to us anyway. Jaden Bogle is going to give the ball away anyway. Bogle just clanks it into his guy. It's terrible. How Jaden Bogle is still on this pitch right now is unbelievable. Johnny Squarehead Egan puts it in, deflected to Max Lowe. Max Lowe, what are you doing? Instead of going back, Max Lowe passes it to the invisible guy, and the invisible guy, he's not there, so he just goes out for a Blades throw?
It's going to be a Jackie Long throw. Got the towel boy over there.
We got the brown towel today, not the black one. Jackie Long throw, going to lump it in there, and it's going to be go to Squarehead Egan, but Ndai can't get on it. Wes, he's back there. I mean, at this point, we might as well just push him forward too and have 11 players in front of the ball. I mean, because at this point, you might as well go for it. Any attacking ability we have on the bench, you got to put them on in the game. You need a goal here. Norwood comes in, not even close. Not even close. Blades went a corner off of Anya Dimma, but that cross from Norwood had to be deflected, right? Or was it just bad?
I don't, because it looked like it should have been going to Ndai or McBurney, someone who was making a central run there, but it ended up more out with an L. And that's happened twice, at least from our camera angle, where the ball should have curved in and it kind of went straight.
Terrible corner from Norwood. Bogle doesn't pass it out of play. Passes it to Norwood, who Sandy Barge gets barged off the ball. And it's a foul.
He was diving the whole time. I'm with the cop there.
It is a foul. As we got about 22 minutes left. Ollie Norwood comes off. He's been terrible.
So there's
Tommy Doyle. And McAtee's coming in for who? Jackie Longthrow?
I guess more set pieces.
Jackie Longthrow off in Mac.
So as a recap, we are essentially now in a 4-3-3. No. 4. Okay, it's 4. Lowe, Bogle, Egan, Ahmed Hadzic. Then you've got 4 midfielders. So I guess it's a 4-4-2 of sorts.
It should just basically be a front 10 at this point.
Yeah. But I mean, this is the time of year where you've got to go for it. And this is game 11 of 10.
Oh, McBurney. Oh my God. Who scuffed that shot? Max Lowe.
Yeah.
McBurney with a decent crossover. Everybody didn't hit anybody. Sharp missed it. it flicked on to Max Lowe, and a Luton player flicked it on, and then Max Lowe hammers the shot, but it didn't even close. He hits it into the ground.
It hit a Luton head and then Billy's thigh, and kind of just put it in a weird spot for Lowe, who tried to take it first time with his left foot, but
and Locklear's down for Luton, so this would waste a little bit more time.
Yeah. So 20 minutes to go. We've got 2 strikers, 2, we'll say, attacking midfielders, 2 central midfielders, and then 4 defenders. But 2 of our defenders are very attacking minded wingbacks. So you can't say that Hecky's not going for it.
No, he's not, but I don't think we're going to do anything.
I mean, we will have all of the opportunities. We should. I hope we get some set pieces. I mean, again, we need more set pieces. The couple corners we've had so far haven't been amazing. We don't have the long throw from Jack Robinson anymore because he was subbed off. So we'll see. And having a Nell on. This is just me rambling while the Luton player gets looked at. But having a Nell on when he can't make a marauding run because we only have 2 center backs now, I don't know if it's as effective. But at the same time, he did play really well when he was the center of the 3 against Tottenham. So I trust Anel defensively. If Anel and Egan are on there, even that, no one's going to score. But I really want to see Anel moving forward. So
my thoughts are, why is Jaden Bogle still in this game?
Yeah, I mean, we have Baldock as an option, right?
Yeah, we have. I mean, Jaden Bogle's been absolutely terrible today, and he's still on the pitch.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, who's the more attacking threat? Is it Baldock or Bogle? You'd probably say Bogle 9 times out of 10 is going to get you more opportunities and chances. But at some point, your performance in the match has to factor in. So
Blades going quick now on the left-hand side as we have a throw in. The ball ping-ponged off a Luton player back in. Instead of going forward, we'll go all the way back to West, who just gives it to Bogle, and Bogle can barely control it at the back. Adebayo on tracking down Egan. It did okay. So Egan's moved to the left-hand side. It looked like Egan at the back. Okay, he's on the left-hand side. Ball comes into Ndai. He tries to get around 3, and then you guessed it, off the ball, but only as far as James McAtee. And guess what? It's the same thing. He lost the ball again. So it doesn't matter who we put on the field. All 11 players are pretty terrible today because they love giving the ball away. Here comes Luton again, and it ping-pongs off, I think, Max Lowe for a Luton throw, and they're going to take their time, which is fair for Luton. A deserved, something out of nothing goal. Right now, Collie Woodrow looking like he's going to check in for Luton to take a little bit more time, as Luton are just kind of lumping it forward. And we're just, honestly, I think, unless we get something out of nothing, I don't see anything changing. I do not see anything changing. Blades get the ball off the throw and give it right back. Ball back to Horvath and goal. Lumps it forward. Luton win it, hold it up a little bit. And then they give it back to Blades, but then Blades give it back. Just Adebayo on the ball. Adebayo on the ball. Luton on the ball. And it's Blades' throw.
There you go. Yeah, it's now we're having a tough time just getting the ball forward.
This should be a yellow card on Billy. Did you see what he did to him?
Yeah, I mean, Lockyer's hands are in his face. He has every right to swim move on him.
Swim. Yeah, he did hit him with the swim move. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, just go over the
Collie
top.
Woodrow, probably for the goal scorer. Who are they taking off? Yep, goal scorer off. That is Morris off for Collie Woodrow.
Defensive change? I don't know what.
Woodrow is, yeah, I would say they're going more defensive, but I mean they've been playing defensive the entire thing.
Yeah.
Borough 3-1, so that's 3 points in the bag for Middlesbrough, and the lead is down to 4 as of current standings. Yep, something out of nothing. Somebody wants a foul, and it's a Luton free kick right on the halfway line. Yeah. This is a Luton free kick. That's going to go for a goal kick. At this point, Luton are just time wasting as much as they can. They're just doing whatever. They're just taking their time, just blasting it out. As we work it out of the back again.
Yeah. A lot of folks, it does speak a lot right now to our attack. At one point, we had 18, 20 goal difference ahead of Middlesbrough, and now it's down to 1 goal difference in our favor. But yeah, just hard to see. The longer this goes, when we're not scoring goals, the harder it is for me to stay positive. I keep trying to find that silver lining, but
I mean, there hasn't been one player in this United side today that I would start on Wednesday against Sunderland. From front to back, there was not one player I'd put out there. Not one of them have been anywhere close to the team. It's unbelievable. This team is collapsing in front of everyone's eyes, and that's with I'm not even being pessimistic. That is how this team's been over the last month.
Mm-hmm.
James McAtee just gave the ball away. I mean, they're not doing anything. I can't turn the sound up, but I would imagine it's pretty dire at Bramall Lane right now. We have not had an absolute sniff in the second half. Borough are going to pass us, are going to catch us, and blow the doors right off of us in the final 10 games.
And you know what it might be coming down to? You have a little bit of the FA Cup run. I know a lot of folks in the chat have been commenting about that. Those extra games, you're just going to be more tired. But also think about the other teams around us have all been able to bring in players in January. Mm-hmm. We did not. Mm-hmm. Not a single player coming in because of the transfer embargo, but even before that started. So that has to have an effect. I mean, just like nobody fresh. Yes, we're a good team. We were in second comfortably. As a cross comes in here, and nothing coming of this, and die on the box. But I mean, just as we start to pass it back around, that, you still need to have fresh people. You need to improve your team, and you can see that everybody around us has improved in January, and we have stayed stagnant. And yeah, just tricky to deal with.
I mean, it's just been absolutely unbelievable. I mean, we should.
There's a handball on Barry.
Yeah, I guess there's a handball. I think on Barry. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, he just jumped right in front of it. Us giving a damn in the cup is what inevitably is going to take us out of promotion and the playoffs this season. I mean, this is unbelievable. Throwing a 13-point lead away down to what inevitably is going to be 4 at full time today. Unless we can make something happen here, we have got to at least get a draw. It's the set piece comes in from Tommy Doyle, and it ain't even close. It ping pongs off the wall. Ollie McBurney would, if he touched it, would have been way offsides.
I don't think he was off, but the second ball was too far.
Yeah,
I think
it was just a high fly ball to Horvath.
Yeah, he would have been on for sure.
Just nothing doing. Blades on the ball, but then lose it again. An absolute, just again, they lose it every time they touch the ball. I've never seen such a team, all 11 players, be so inept at playing as a cohesive group. I've never seen them be so like they're miles off. I mean, this is pitiful. It's a Luton goal kick again. Oh. And Horvath just kicks it out. It'll probably just go out for a throw. Yes, it does. Blades throw. Blades take it quick, but guess what? We play with Wes again. We've got Ahmed Hodzic on the ball. Over to Egan. Back to Ahmed Hodzic. Down the right-hand side, Jaden Bogle again. And as he's done all game, he gives the ball away. Luckily, he takes a deflection for a Blades throw. I mean, and you could tell that the crowd is not into it either because, the players aren't trying to rouse the crowd up. It's Sandy Barge with the cross in. Easily saved by Horvath.
But hey, that gives us more shots on goal than Luton.
Yeah, that's about it. It's pretty bad. Is that our first opportunity of the second half?
I mean, we had again the first 2 or 3 minutes we had some good chances. I don't know if we had any more shots or shots on target from that. I can't remember, but first real chance in a while. And
Guy with a run. Nothing. Luton are beating us like a drum. McAtee on the ball. He's going to do nothing with it. Wouldn't surprise me as he gets the ball poked away. It'll be a throw in.
Excuse me. A lot of folks, I mean, now just talking about next season in the championship, it'll be tough for sure. Maybe it does Hecky stay if we can't get promotion. Who knows?
If we don't get promotion, he's gone. 100%. It's 100%. He can't stay in charge of this team. This team, I mean, if you keep him in charge, I mean, we're not going to have, out of the 11 players on the pitch right now, 9 of them are probably going to be gone. Because Ahmed Hodzic, Egan, McBurney, and Dye are going to leave. Sandy Barge is going to leave. McAtee and Doyle won't be there. Who else? Jackie Long. Billy Sharp will still be there. Bogle and Lowe will probably get poached as well. So honestly, the players still on our side come next year. Captain and probably Wes. And then everybody on the Baldock will still be there. Basham will be gone. Kieran Clark will be gone, as I alluded to. Doyle and McAtee gone. Sharp, whether or not he stays. Fleck will be gone as well. So you're looking at rebuilding an entire squad. 23 Onyedinma off for you scoring at home. Bradley on. This is just another substitution to take the sting out of it. But I mean, honestly, there's nothing in this side. I've alluded to. When we inevitably throw all of this away, this is where you also look at the perspective of a new owner saying, I don't want involved with this because I'm going to have to immediately dump millions of pounds into a side to rebuild, possibly get a new manager as well, new coaching staff. I mean, it's what we've all feared. If this doesn't go the way we want it to, then it gets worse, and we're closer to League One than we are the Premier League for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And with your crosstown rivals probably coming up as well.
That's that. I do not want to deal with that. If I'm being
they'll beat you
honest.
they'll beat them like a drum next year if they have middle of the road championship players. Ball falls to Billy. Billy doesn't do anything with it. Goal kick.
Yeah, just a quick turn outside the box and ball way over the top.
Yep. I mean, good. Well, no, Billy Sharp just clattered out Lockyer. I mean, he just moved him completely out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, he did have Max Lowe kind of making a run. So if he turns and just lays it off, but Billy, I don't think he's going to pass up that opportunity. And I don't know if he even saw Lowe because he was turning the other direction. But
Jaden Bogle to no one. Tommy Doyle tries to track it down. It's almost like Max Lowe looking for McBurney, smacks him in the chest. Over to Jaden Bogle. Jaden Bogle, head up. Come on, cross the damn thing. McAtee, dilly-dallying on the ball. Over to Tommy Doyle. He's dilly-dallying on the ball. Over to Max Lowe. He finally crosses too late, hits Locklear in the forehead, and Luton come away with it. Max Lowe's going to try again. Maybe the second time's the charm. Nope, he goes all the way back. John Egan, Tommy Doyle. Doyle still on the ball. Over to, this is Sandy Barge. He's been gone missing for about 15 minutes. He's going to try and cross it in. Head to ball. Horvath saves it.
Oof,
the easiest
bungled
shots
that one.
We're taking it. We're taking the easiest shots. I mean, Luton's given us an opportunity to score, and it's just flat headers going right at Horvath.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan almost drops that one, and you had Jaden Bogle trying to get on the end of that one, try to poke it through, but
here we go. Luton to seal the game. Oh, flashes wide a goal. That would have been 2-0. Blades caught sleeping Collie Woodrow with an effort that goes right across the face of goal. I mean, Ahmed Hodzic ball watching like crazy. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. We have played 14 players today, and none of them have been over a 2. This is exactly the same as Reading. Did it go out for a corner? Blades have a corner. Who's going to take it? Tommy Doyle rushes over.
Yep. Should
now
be Doyle.
An urgency with a minute and a half left of the 90. We're 90 seconds away from the 90th minute. Can Blades spark something out of nothing? Tommy Doyle stamps the ground. He looks for the logo, pulls his socks up. He's wasting even more time. Max Lowe's back in defense if it gets too out of hand. The cross comes in from Doyle. Flicked home. Horvath makes a mess of it. Back to Tommy Doyle. He crosses it back in. Egan. Bogle. Egan, turn it! How did it not go in? Oh, my God. Just not our day. It's another corner, but, I mean, it falls right to Egan.
Jeez. I mean
it's just head tennis around. Anel, Bogle, Egan, hits Egan in the chest. He gets stonewalled by Horvath. Yes, Scott, this is definitely last chance saloon from the Blades. I do think it is a goal kick, isn't it? Yeah, it is a goal kick.
Yeah.
Come off, Bogle. Hecky's like, oh, well, how many minutes are these games? 100 minutes? Oh, we got plenty of time. Scott fills in with how much added time as Wes just absolutely, Wes is so bad too. He just clears it. Oh,
that's his weaker foot. Wes is a left footed, and he was forced to kick that one with his right. So
Here we go again. Luton on the ball. Luton on the ball. And Luton on the ball. Now Blades on the ball. Blades on the ball down the left-hand side. Here comes John Egan on the ball. Over to Max Lowe. And he didn't know he was going to get the ball into Tommy Doyle. We got to move the ball quicker, guys. 5 minutes to go here. 5 minutes for the Blades to get a goal to level. To plug the holes in the boat as we slowly start to sink this season into a bad one. Tommy Doyle lumps it forward for Max Lowe, and he can't even do anything. Cleared out by Luton. Into Ndai, who's been below average at best. Is there any team in the Prem that would want him how he's played over the last month? No. He's got a couple of goals, but that's about it. Lump the ball forward to Jaden Bogle. Bundled off of it. Keeps it going, and it's going out for a good kick. This one is over.
I mean, definitely being pushed out there. I thought it went off the Luton player's foot, but maybe the ball had already rolled over the line there. But yeah, Bell had Bogle wrapped entirely around him.
They were hugging each other. They must love each other. All right. So we are a minute and a half into added time. And Horvath just taking his time, kicking it. The rain is teeming down right now. Horvath just kicks it out of play. Blades in no certain urgency to get on the ball. Blades fans saying, see you later, guys.
Got to beat that traffic.
Heading home.
That's even a loss. I don't leave early. You got to stay till the final whistle.
Oh, my God. Here come Luton looking for the second. I mean, Blades can't even win the ball back in an attacking opportunity. I mean, I don't know what Blades are doing here. Lump it forward. It falls to Sharp. Sharp tries to continue the ball. Max Lowe. Oh, man, Bramall Lane is empty. That place is empty. Wow. There is nobody there. The fans are even turning their backs on the team. Oh, man. This is bad. The fans know it's over. The fans are leaving Bramall Lane. The only fans there are Luton fans. There's no energy in this team at either end. This is pitiful. This one's over because Luton's just taking the ball down, inch by inch down the touchline.
2 minutes left.
I mean, West lumps it down, but it ain't going to do anything. Sandy
Birdie's
Barge.
Crawled all over there and nothing.
All right. So we got about 80 seconds left. Ball lump forward, nothing. It's going to be a Blades throw in about parallel with the penalty box. We don't have Jackie Long throw in, so we take the throw. Ball comes in. Sandra on the ball. McAtee swings it in. McBurney! Nothing. Sums up the day, chance, but way wide. Nothing to it. So I think, did they both full time? Oh, I thought they blew full time. Luton are going to grab all 3 points and take 4 points away from the Blades this year. Look out! I mean, now.
That was close. That was like less than a foot off the post.
I mean, we're not going to have much left of this game after Horvath puts it in. Is that? That's gonna be it. That is Bogle sent off, or is that Max Lowe?
That's Max Lowe with the yellow
Max
there.
Lowe in the yellow. yellow. That's pretty.
Really matter in this match, but the ref only given yellow cards to our wing backs and none of the Luton players who like tackle full on like shoulder to shoulder, taking out Norwood from the back. I mean, just the ref didn't have a very bad day, but some questionable calls here or there.
They kick it to the corner. That's full time. Full time. Blades lose another one. And Borough win. So that brings the lead down to 4. I'm starting to believe you, Scott. Heck you out. As we go back to the studio, Roberto, your final thoughts as Blades drop another one.
Yeah. The changes I think could have worked. A lot of folks might question the team selection at the beginning. I think it was fine. It's just Hecky. I mean, he's the manager. He should know who's going to perform and who won't. I think Fleck and Bogle had poor first halves, and the fact that Bogle stayed on the whole match instead of bringing on Baldock, at a certain point, the attacking player, if they're not having a good game, get them off. But even then, Bogle still showed glimpses of positivity. Fleck showed glimpses, just nothing fell for him. I think it was more of an unlucky day for Fleck than like just a bad performance. But even when he did come off, it felt too little too late. All the attacking players that we threw on at the end just weren't enough. And yeah, but I said it at the time, Luton's goal out of nowhere, they were not the better team. We had more chances. If anything, it should have been a draw. But that we are right now not turning losses into draws into wins. We are turning wins into draws into losses. And that's coming from our inability to score goals. And again, you saw the opportunities, the shots on goal were there. Almost all of them were headers. I think Egan had an opportunity. I don't know if he actually got a shot off, but between him and Horvat, that was it. And ball bounced between the two for a little bit. But yeah, it's just, if we don't score first, we can't seem to find our way back into matches at this point. Something that we were able to do last season, something we were able to do kind of during our best run this season, but who knows if it's down to, the lack of transfers coming in at the window, if it's down to just the tiredness of a cup run. It's hard to specifically say, but who knows? I don't know. It's one of those, like, you play well enough to deserve a draw, or and an opportunity to win. And Hecky can only do so much if the players aren't performing well. That's where I don't know if I blame Hecky for this. I think the way the ball was bouncing today just didn't go our way. I think a lot of it came down to that. And obviously neither of us watch these matches for the watch along with the sound on. So we can't really hear what the crowd is like there. So maybe we get a report from Noah, who was in person today over in Sheffield. If we get a report from him, and maybe, is it the crowd is not in it? Who knows? I mean, we were being a little bit more pessimistic today, especially after the goal went in. So if we were in person there, I don't know if we'd be helping the situation, but really it's one of those that the team should be better than we have been performing the last month or so. And there's a lot of factors that probably go into it, and maybe a different manager gets a different song out of this this team, singing a different tune. But right now we've got who we've got, and we've got to find a way through for sure. But the run of games, the last 10 games, does get easier. It's Norwich and Burnley. Those are the only two teams where we should not be overwhelming favorites. So if you can go out and play and get the number of chances we got today against a tough Luton side, against those not good teams, it'll be more performances like Reading where we sneak out wins. And again, we still have a 4-point gap to Middlesbrough. They will slip up at some point, and I think 4 points can be enough to hold us in second place, because it's Burnley, who are the really only team that I'm going to say we're going to lose to beforehand. Norwich, maybe a draw, and that's 4 points dropped right there. So if Middlesbrough win every other game and we win all of ours but those two, then fine, they still only are level with us at the end. So
yeah.
I've talked a lot. That's my monologue, my soapbox, my try to get a glimpse of positivity here on a pretty bleak, cold day for the Blades.
I just think we've been the second best team, and honestly, we really haven't scored. We've scored 2 goals from Ndai in the last 6 games. Other than that, I don't think we've scored any. We did score, of course, going back to Middlesbrough, we scored 1, in Millwall, we scored 2. Mm-hmm. We are definitely not the same team. We have been found out. We've been found out for quite a while now. I just think that we'll, have honestly, this is more than a wobble now. This is a bad run of form, obviously. I really don't, we talked about, Burnley and in Norwich. You're probably going to lose both of those games, so that's 6 points dropped. And then they'll probably go and lose away from home midweek against Sunderland, because Sunderland, they're going to only have 2 or 3 days of rest because they play tomorrow. We should go and win that game, but we probably won't, because we've been miles off of it. Even against a poor Reading side, we had to scrape and claw for 1 goal. This one, we had 2 shots on target, and they were relatively easy. 3 shots, maybe. There's not really much positive to take out of the last 3 months of football. At this point, you've got to look at probably playoffs at best, probably not even playoffs, because I think what I think is if Middlesbrough catches, the wheels come completely off and you don't even make the playoffs. I think this team finishes 8th. Which is pretty damning, saying that where we were to start this season. But hey, it is what it is. You got to play all 46 games,
Yep.
So we'll play 46 and see where we end up. No watch along for us on midweek. We'll be back next Sunday for Blackburn. Thanks for everybody in chat row. I kind of switched off midway through because honestly, the game against Blackburn and this one were basically boring as a Blades perspective goes. We will, like I said, we will be back next weekend for the FA Cup quarterfinal against Blackburn. Robert Captacosta, where can they find you on social media?
About to say, if you want to, you do not have to. In fact, I don't blame you if you don't, but you can follow me at Captain Cosa, CAPTNCOSA. I got the mug here. My coffee's super cold, so I don't even want to drink it anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I think my wife's making some fresh pancakes though, so I do have that to look forward to. Again, trying to stay positive for myself right now.
I'm going to the bar after this, so it's all downhill for me today. If you haven't done so, and I don't know why you're watching the stream without doing it, follow the Chef United way. If the 69, 64s is dwindling down, people signing off with frustration, please like the stream. If you haven't done so, follow our podcast, Red Half of Sheffield. We probably won't have one out until after the Sunderland game, midweek. Like our podcast on Twitter and Facebook. Facebook Red Half Sheffield. On Twitter at Red Sheffield. Follow the YouTube channel we've got up there. Like I said, pre-match we will not have a match preview because the Sunderland people are being just kind of dicks and won't message me back. So there'll be no match preview for that game. I might do one tomorrow with a Reading fella that I had a couple weeks ago. Or not a Reading fellow, a Blackburn fellow to preview the FA Cup coming up. If you haven't done so, you can follow me on Twitter at cjarvis_13. And until next Saturday, where we inevitably watch the Blades drop 3 more points, Robert, what do you say? Up the Blades?
Up the Blades. Definitely up the Blades.
Up the Blades. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.